Well, as always, it's good to get out of the marina. Be heading out to sea again. We've only got about an hour and a half and we'll be round at Horseshoe Bay, and we'll anchor up there and make our plans from there, I think. Good spot to be anchored, and you know, you've got everything there, so it's pretty good.
Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat, and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't.
So this is just a bit of a sample of what I reckon it'd be like if I tried to head south at the moment. This would be the sort of travelling we're doing, and I'm not prepared to do that. I'm going to wait till the wind goes right around to the north and get on it then. Too hard this, especially when you're on your own. I'm down in the galley this afternoon. I'm just preparing a few meals. I'll prepare them and put them in the fridge, or put one in the freezer maybe. Going to do a big trip. We're at Magnetic Island in Horseshoe Bay. It's very comfortable here, but the weather looks like being calm for the next couple of days. So from tomorrow about lunchtime right up until Wednesday, we're going to get pretty calm conditions, and the forecast is even for a little bit of northeast. So it looks pretty good for us to make a few miles south and maybe get back down to the Whitsundays. So it's a big trip for me. I'm on my own again, and you know, we've got probably about 100 nautical mile to run, so it's a bit of a trip. I can break it up. I could probably get to Cape Upstart and camp there for the night, and then make the run down to Gloucester, or a bit further down maybe the next day on the Tuesday. Anyhow, it's a little bit about preparation, so I don't really want to be down in the galley cooking while I'm underway, so I'll cook up a couple of meals and then it'll be pretty easy to just whack them in the microwave and feed myself while we're underway. Anyhow, good to have little places where you can pull into and cut the trips up, but from here down to Cape Upstart at least, and probably even down to Gloucester Passage, it's a pretty long trip, and getting the Northerly this time of the year is pretty hard. You've usually got to wait a bit longer. But anyway, we'll see how we go. 86 boats in here last night. A lot of boats here, but I went up and had coffee this morning, and a lot of the crews are looking at using this little break we're going to get tomorrow and the next day to make a few miles south. So that's what we'll do. Keep on preparing a bit of tucker, eh? Good old spice tail, real easy curries. First sachet is the spices. Whack them in first and flash fry them. Smell the aroma already, beautiful. About 30 seconds or a minute with the spices in there. Just give them a bit of a flash fry. In with your meat, can be chicken, fish, beef, lamb, whatever you want. Make sure, especially with chicken, that you do cook it right through, get pretty well cooked. Next step is the base sauce. Just stir that in, and we'll let that simmer for about a minute. You need to let that cook for. Okay, next thing is the finishing sauce. Final bit of sauce, whack that in. Looking good. I just turned the stove down a little bit. We just want to simmer this for, I think, about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm just going to add a little bit of chopped up capsicum and snow peas. So I'll add that to that in the final mix. In a couple of minutes I'll put that in, cook it up, and then I'll whack it in containers and put it in the freezer. And then when I want to eat while I'm on the track, all I've got to do is get out the what is it called? Get out the delicate korma curry, put on a bit of 90-second rice in the microwave, and voila, dinner is served. So we should be well prepared to get going. So having your meals prepared when you're doing a long trip like this is just one of the bits of pre-planning you do.
Well, it's pretty calm this morning. I just got up and got the forecast, and we've got about 3 knots at the moment, the coastal observations, and the forecast is pretty good. It's getting up a little bit from the northeast this afternoon, then dropping off again tonight, so we're going to use it. I'll get the anchor up now and we'll head out. We've got a bit of daylight. We've got a full moon tonight, so that'll be good. Going to be a long trip, about 140 nautical miles, so yeah, the struggle will be staying awake, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, we'll get the anchor up and get ready to head out of Horseshoe Bay.
We've just left Magnetic Island and we've plotted a course in for about 10 mile off Cape Bowling Green. If we get out to here, we might pick up a little bit of more tide heading south, and it's always a little bit confused and a bad sea state around Cape Bowling Green, so by leaving it a fair way off, we'll miss out on that. And the other thing is, if the wind's going to turn around to the northeast and we've got to head down here, then that should give us a bit of breeze that we can sail on. So that's the plan for today. So this is the first leg from Magnetic to off Cape Bowling Green. Sorry about the unsteady camera, but it's a little bit confused out here. Well, I've just turned the boat round and I'm heading back to Magnetic Island. It's too bloody uncomfortable. The swells are still up and the wind seems to be getting up a little bit. There's a few whitecaps on it now, so I'm going to head back and reassess. Too long a trip to be doing it hard, I think, and very comfortable in Horseshoe Bay. So we'll go back and get anchored up again, I guess. Well, we tried, but we failed. Well, I'm back in Horseshoe Bay at Magnetic Island. I've been here all day and it's been blowing, not strong, but moderately from the southeast for most of the day, and now the wind has just dropped out, so it's pretty calm. Still a little bit of southeast in it, but it's getting quite calm, and I'm sort of thinking maybe I should leave now and do an overnighter and a day and get down there, but I think I've got to put that out of my head. I think I'm going to wait until the wind goes around to the north. It's still only east, northeast at the best, and light. So you might get a run down there, but the swells are still going to be probably from the southeast, and I think it's going to be pretty uncomfortable. So I've decided I'm just going to sit here and wait for it, and I don't know, it might take me a week, it might take me 2, it might take me 3 or 4. It's very comfortable here, and I'll wait till that weather is spot on before I go out and try and do that big trip south. So yeah, we'll just cool our heels here.